So, it's 2018 and you're just sitting on your room wondering what the next big rally game is gonna be. With 2016 being fairly successful, the release of Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo and Dare Rally in the same year, and 2017 being a fairly underwhelming year with the release of only WC7, you were expecting something big. A big rally game in 2018. Maybe the Rally 2.0, maybe Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo 2, maybe an upgraded WC8, but no, all of a sudden, we're getting this. And you're like, wait a second, V-Rally 4? If you look back in time, the last V-Rally game, which was V-Rally 3, had been released back in 2002. So we're pretty much getting a reboot from Killer Tom, who just didn't want to, develop WC8. They developed V-Rally 4 in 2018, and that literally came out of nowhere. With V-Rally 3 having one of the best career modes, if not the best up to this date, career modes of any rally game, expectations were very high, as you would expect for a series being rebooted after literally 16 years. Unfortunately, after release, the players just didn't really like it, I guess. So I'm here today to showcase that V-Rally 4 is such an underrated game, and I feel like it just came out at the time where nobody would appreciate such a game. It's the time where everybody's looking for a sim racing game. They're looking for realism, and the people that were looking for an arcade game just were less and less as the time passed since the days of V-Rally 3. V-Rally stayed true to its roots. V-Rally had always been an arcade game with licenses and with a very in-depth career mode. So why did people not like it? Were they expecting something different? Were they expecting something that wasn't even meant to be? You should literally, when you get a product, in my opinion, you need to understand what you're buying before you buy it. Don't get different expectations just because you want this to be like that. If it's not like that, don't buy it. You know what you're buying. So the reason I'm making this video overly, I know it's a bit too late, I know it's 2 years since V-Rally 4 has been released, and I highly doubt it does even matter at this point, but if anyone is looking for an arcade rally game, and I mean a real arcade rally game, not that Dirt 5 thing where you just do races and all that, I'm talking about a real V-Rally arcade rally racer. If you're looking for that, then this is the video for you, and you can still actually buy V-Rally 4 up to this day. Let's get into the video now and showcase V-Rally 4. So going into the menu, you can see the main menu of V-Rally 4. So what do we have here? V-Rally mode, quick game, multiplayer, options, extras, and quit if you want to quit the game, which I wouldn't do if I was in your position. So the only bad thing about this game currently is that there's no multiplayer. The servers are actually up, so you can actually get a friend and play multiplayer. You can also play split screen, which I do quite a lot when I have a friend here, but in general multiplayer is not active because the game doesn't have enough players. Also, what it offers when you enter the quick game, you pretty much have a lot of rally events. You have Kenya, Malaysia, Japan, Russia, which is the only snow event, and then 2 rally locations in USA. Other than that, we've got the V-Rally Cross events in Japan, China, Romania, the UK, and 1 US event. You've also got the Buggy events, one in Russia, which is a snowy one. You've got in Kenya, you've got in Bolivia, and you've also got one in the US. Next to that, the buggy events are absolutely amazing, and I will showcase all of the modes. You have the extreme Khana events, and yeah, they're just very good, man. They're just, you don't know what these events are, but I'll show you in this video. They're absolutely amazing. You've got 3 locations, and yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. An amazing idea in my opinion. And then we've got, in my opinion, the best mode, the hill climb mode, with 1 location in China, 1 in Romania, and 1 in the USA. Then you've got the career mode, which pretty much has a variety of all of these events. You have championships, quick events, and there's also progressions. Career mode, you pretty much have signed a contract with a team. You upgrade the cars as much as you want. You know, you unlock the upgrades, and then you pay for the upgrades if you want to be a little bit more competitive. There's crew management with pretty much mechanic crew, research crew, and an agent. And yeah, the career mode is fairly like progressive in my opinion. It is one of the best careers that we currently have on an arcade rally game. Of course, it's not as in-depth as the V-Rally 3 career mode, don't get me wrong, but it's a fairly decent career mode in my opinion that you're not really going to get bored of. This is the recruitment side, this is the dealers where you can just buy cars for each like category or each event you want. And this is what I was telling you, that every single car you have to firstly unlock it in order to then buy it. So it has a progression bar. The game pushes you to progress to the career mode and not just, you know, buy any car you want at any point you want, which is very nice in my opinion. And apart from that, as you can see, it's a rally location, has 4 stages, and then you've also got a random generator stage, which in my opinion is just miles better than the Dead 4 random generator, random stage generator. This is actually walkable, and you know, we haven't forgot to mention it is a kiloton game, so the stages are absolutely insane as they are on every single kiloton game. And this is actually a huge selection of cars. There's Group B, there's kit cars, there's modern WRC cars, there's absolutely everything you want in this game. There's 70s cars, there's a huge variety of cars. And on this one, I'm actually driving a Renault R5 Group B, and the reason I'm starting off like this is to show that the game have the one like negative it has. The very fast cars, the Group B cars, which are the Group B cars pretty much, they are almost undrivable. You can drive them, but you need to get used to them. Like, they're not very easy. Like, in which game are the Group B cars easy? Not like, let's be honest. But here on this game, you really need to get used to the whole handling model. So I wouldn't suggest you like straight off jumping into a Group B car. Like, first you start with the 70s, just like you do on Dare Rally 2.0 if I'm being honest. Start with the slower cars and progressively go through the categories until you reach the Group B category, which in my opinion is just the hardest one. But in terms of engine sounds, the cars sound fairly good in my opinion. And the stage design, you know, it's not the best sound. Obviously, Codemasters will always have the best sound, but the stage design is absolutely the same. We went from gravel and now into a multi-route tarmac sort of road. And we're now back to gravel, tarmac, gravel. This is actually a location where it has mixed surface of tarmac and gravel, and this is actually a random stage. So the rally aspect of the game, in my opinion, is very interesting, very exciting. And now we're driving a car that doesn't exist on any other game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it exists on SLRE, which is Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo, which hopefully I'm going to play very soon on the channel with the career mode episode again, because I miss that game quite a lot, and I just don't know if my Fanatec can calibrate with that game. But either way, as you can see, we were actually going near the beach there, and we were literally driving on sand. Now we're on real gravel, and we're driving a Renault Megane kit car, which is a very special car. This actually doesn't exist on any other game, and I was like, okay, let's just jump straight into this car because I really want to try it out. And the engine sound, it sounds like a kit car. Let me let you listen to that. It does sound like a kit car, as you would expect it to sound. The engine sounds are different from car to car, but they're not really exciting. As you can see, now we're on a different surface of gravel. We went to 3 different surfaces of gravel in one stage, and let me just say, the scenery is absolutely majestic. When this gameplay videos of Vir Rally 4 came out, everybody was saying this game looks like a PS2 game, or this game looks terrible, or things like this, and I never understood why. I might be an idiot, I might be stupid, I don't know, but this game looks great. It just looks great. The sceneries are great. The stages are absolutely beautiful because it's Kiloton. Like, Kiloton cannot fail on stage design. And we're now actually driving through Japan. The previous location was Malaysia. Go and try out Malaysia, absolutely insane. And now we're driving around Japan, which has really taken they've really taken some inspiration from Vir Rally 4 for the WC9 Japanese stages. And we're driving a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution of 2006 or 5, if I'm not mistaken, which is the last Mitsubishi to ever drive in the WC category. Look at these colors there from these flowers. It's just, whenever, like, I don't care about it being an arcade game, I just love the colors on this, and it really reminds me of the hype that surrounded Dead 5 and its amazing next-gen graphics and how great it looked. This game did what Dead 5 did, with slightly worse graphics obviously because it's an old-gen game, but the scenery and all that is probably even better than the Dead 5 games. And I'm comparing Dead 5 because it is an arcade game as well. I can't compare this game to the Rally 2.0 game. But overall, the Rally category, 100% worth it in my opinion. You can have loads of fun through the stage. The stage design is probably the best thing for me, and the scenery is just amazing throughout all the categories. But next category, it's actually Vir Rallycross. It's pretty much Rallycross, and you've actually got plenty of Fords there. 4 Fiesta, 4 Focus, you've got 2 Volkswagens, a Beetle and a Polo, a Renault Alpine, a Mini, and a car that just doesn't exist on any other game, which is the Honda Civic. So we don't have that car on any other game, and in my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you on this one, as much as I love this car, and as much as I like the handling of the Vir Rallycross cars, you know, it's pretty much Rallycross. You do a Joker lap and you just, you know, race against other people. So it's Rallycross. It's a bit boring in my opinion. The stages, should I call them stages? Either way, let's call them stages. The locations, let's just say, they're not really amazing. This is actually the Japanese stage, the Japanese Rallycross event. So they are quite interesting, but I wouldn't say that they're amazing. And not only that, but as you can see, the AI is just not good. The AI on Rallycross events is just very aggressive. You literally make a lot of content, and as much as this is an arcade game, and you know, you might have some good racing with AI here and there, but all in all, it's just not good, man. Look at this, like, you make all the time contact. It's just not realistic racing in my opinion, and this is one of the main reasons that I don't really like this game mode. The handling though of the cars is very good. As you can see there, making a move from first position there, fighting up against the other Honda Civic. But yeah, overall, I like this mode, but it's not the mode that I'm gonna like pick up. This is the mode that I pick up whenever I play with friends. So whenever I play with friends, split screen or multiplayer, I'm playing with this mode. But overall, it's not the mode that I'm gonna be like, okay, let's open Vir Rally 4 and play some Rallycross. It's just a bit boring in my opinion. And the other 3 modes in this game are just miles better. And that's not a bad thing in my opinion. There's still a lot of things you can do on this game. But yeah, overall, I feel like the locations are quite good, but not as good as the locations on the other events. And in general, the AI is just a little bit too sobby in this sort of events, and you can beat them easily or you can lose very easily if they just bump you out of the circuit and all that. But either way, that was Vir Rallycross, probably my least favorite mode on this game. And then we move, I think it's time to move into my favorite ever mode on this game, and in my opinion, this is the best hill climb action. Despite it being okay, this is the best hill climb action you can get on any other game. You've got quite a good selection of cars with a few DLCs actually. There's also one DLC Pikes Peak car, which is a Volkswagen, the electric, the hybrid actually, Volkswagen, which looks like an LMP2 car. I don't know if you remember that. I'm going to be showing you the DLC at the end of this video. But this is the selection of cars, and this is the car I'm going to be choosing. The Suzuki SX4 Pikes Peak, 536 horsepower. This car is absolutely amazing. And one thing I want you to just enjoy the scenery. This is the Chinese location of the hill climb event, which is my favorite hill climb location on this game. And I feel like it's a location that just beats every single other hill climb location. I know Dirt Rally, we obviously don't have hill climb on Dirt Rally 2.0 unfortunately, but on Dirt Rally 1, I know that the hill climb locations are the real ones. I know you've got the gravel and the tarmac one, which are absolutely real. They are the original hill climb stages, but I couldn't care less about realism or realistic stage design when I can have this. And this is absolutely the best thing that you can do on V-Rally 4 by far. Like, whenever I'm bored, I'm a little bit tired, or I just want to chill, play a little bit of a racing game with my gamepad, because I'm playing on a gamepad for anyone wondering. This game is compatible with the wheel, but I don't really enjoy that much with the wheel, which is weird for me to say. But I feel like this is the kind of game that you just chill on your bed, grab the gamepad, and just, you know, just race. And this is my favorite thing to do on this game. Just drive a very, very fast car and do a hill climb. This is absolutely insane. Look at that scenery. Look at everything around this location. It's absolutely amazing. This car is phenomenally fast, and it's just pure enjoyment. The stage design is amazing about Kiloton, and that's why I have hope still after the WC license expires. I still have hope that they could make an awesome type of V-Rally game or Dare Rally game with that kind of stage design, but with a more realistic physics and all that. But in my opinion, this is one of the main reasons why this game is one of the best arcades, if not, in my opinion, the best arcade rally game that you can get at this point. Absolutely in love with this sort of event. It's just absolutely amazing how good the hill climb events are. And some of you might say, oh, it has arcade physics, they're not very good. They're only 2.0. Obviously it has better physics, man, but in my opinion, I couldn't care less about the physics at this point. I'm just having loads of fun with these hill climb events. Now we're driving the slowest car, let's just say, which is a BMW, a classic car, classic hill climb car with a huge wang there. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. This is the Romanian stage, which is not as interesting as the Chinese one. I feel like China has absolutely insane scenery. Like the scenery around China with those rocks and all that, it just looks like photorealism at some point. Like, it's just an absolutely insane location. This Romania, more of a simple hill climb event, but it's still very nice. In my opinion, there's still like a lot to look around, and yeah, that's why I play third person on this game. It's just beautiful. Just check out the locations and all that. That's why I love this game a lot. Locations and stage design and everything in terms of designing is just purely amazing, and also the selection of the cars is just very, very good. But you can see that every single car sounds actually different. I feel like in the WRC games, Kiloton literally downgraded the sounds of the cars on the latest WRC games. With V-Rally 4, they actually did a fairly decent job with the sounds, no doubt, with the sounds of the engines and all that. But unfortunately, in the latest WRC games, I'm not really impressed by the sound. But now, it's about time to show off the category that I couldn't appreciate up until now. Up until now, I've never appreciated this category. I've always been like ignoring it. I was like, buggy racing, it's boring and all that. But trust me, after actually playing a few races around with these cars, and this is the car I'm actually going to be driving, the Buggy SMG, around Bolivia, phenomenal location, just going to say that, this is actually miles better than V-Rally. So if you're a big fan of buggy racing or any of that, then this is the game to pick. You've got 4 locations, if I'm not mistaken. You've got Kenya, you've got Bolivia, you've got Russia, and you've got the USA. So 4 locations, 3 tracks each. There's no random stage generator there. That only exists on the rally category. But these kind of events are absolutely insane. Trust me when I say this. This is the Bolivian track number 3, where you've got this huge straight there. You're literally driving through water. Through what? Did you see that on any other game? You're driving through water. People saw that on Dirt 5 and they were madly impressed. This game did it a few years ago. Remember that. And you've got different routes pretty much to choose. I went over a car there. These things might not seem way too impressive to a sim racing fan, and they're not very impressive. No, I'm not even gonna lie. But for an arcade game, to just have fun, I'm having fun. And this is what an arcade game wants you to do. It wants you to have fun. It doesn't push for realism. So when people say the physics are not realistic on V-Rally 4, they just lost the whole plot. You know, you're not buying V-Rally 4 for realism. You're buying it for a fun career mode, a few categories to pretty much drive around, as I've just made a huge mistake there, and to just have fun driving around, looking around the locations and all that. And I feel like this game does these things perfectly, and the AI is actually much better than the V-Rally Cross AI. It's a little bit easy. I have it on hard difficulty and I can just dominate. I've also got a very good car, that's why probably. But it actually is a fairly easy game. As you can see, I'm taking the different routes and just making the moves there into the final corner, up into first position. But probably if I put this on very hard, it will be much harder. Very hard is a little bit too hard for me, so that's why I put hard. Just showcase the game modes and all that, and you can just drive on ice, just like that. We went from water to ice, or... okay. So we went from water to ice, pretty much, and yeah, that was a transition there, if you ask me. But this is again Buggy events. This is the Russian event where you've actually got a snowy location as well on rallying, but I didn't really mind showing that because it wasn't... I've actually got career mode videos on the channel if you want to check them out. V-Rally 4 career mode, team gaming, you're gonna find it there. But I've actually done some Russian stages on the V-Rally career mode, and I wanted to show off this location of Russia on the Buggy section. This track is absolutely insane. You're literally driving over ice, and you've got huge corners like NASCAR sort of like corner there on the fast right-hander, and then you can just drive through ice. And I absolutely love the whole handling of the Buggy cars. The handling of the Buggy cars is actually very, very good, and it's probably the best handling of Buggy cars that I've ever tried in my life. And that was pretty much Buggy. Buggy racing, absolutely love it. Probably could be my second favorite category on this game if it wasn't for that. The Extreme Khana events, you might haven't heard of them. You've got 2 African locations and 2 USA locations, and you've got a great variety of cars. I feel like there's not a DLC car on this category. If there is, I might be wrong. I will see actually at the end. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure though if you have a DLC on this category. But what you have here, a few Mazdas, an MX-5 and an RX-8. You've got a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, a Honda Civic, and 2 Fords. As you can see, yes, there is actually a DLC car, which is the Chevrolet Camaro as a DLC. But we're going to cover that later. What this sort of events are, you pretty much do hot laps. But what these events give me, like the vibes they give me, is the Hot Wheels vibes. Especially this location right here. You pretty much do crazy stuff. Somebody could say it's like the Gymkhana dirt events, but they're miles better. I'm throwing it right there. These events are miles better. They might not have the presentation and all that, but in terms of stage design, yet again, Kiloton are just miles better than the dirt games or the Gymkhana events. So currently we're driving the Mazda RX-8. The physics might be a little bit off on this stage, and that's purely because the stage, the location is out of this world. Like, you don't have this anywhere else. You can't do this anywhere else. Like, this sort of corners just going up and down. It's just, I can't do this on any other game, and that's why I love this game. And this is actually probably, this used to be my second favorite mode. Like, whenever I was like bored, I would either play the hill climb events or this events, the Extreme Khana events. But since now that I found the Buggy events very interesting, I might try them out even more. later on after I'm bored or tired. I might do a bit of a buggy racing because it was very, very interesting. And also the rally events. Don't forget the rally events. They're also very good. But in my opinion, this sort of events is just absolutely insane. And look at this. Carrying the speed through this circle there. It's just... I absolutely love this event. And the cars feel great. But around this stage, they might feel a little bit clunky. I'm warning you because you need to get used to the handling in order to do these events. Like, don't go straight into this event. Like, do a bit of rallying, do the tarmac extreme Khana events, and then go into this, because this is hard to keep it on the road. And I'm keeping it on the road, obviously. I'm not very fast, but you can have loads of fun around this event. I can just set laps around here for ages and not get bored. You can see all these jumps just give a bit of damage to the car there, but all in all, just love for this event. And I'm gonna be moving to the second African location, which is in South Africa, and you've got an original Gymkhana event on tarmac, and this just proved to be even more fun. And I wasn't really a fan of this location, but the more I played it, I became more of a fan of this location rather than the previous location I showed you, which was the only gravel location, if I'm not mistaken. This is a fully tarmac event, and look at this. Over the jump, through the building, absolutely insane. Like, loads of fun, and that's what you want. It's fun. And then you go through there, a few gravel section there, a small gravel section, not a big one. And if you actually touch one of these cones there, you get a penalty of 2 seconds, which is the top part of this one. You rarely are going to fail around here. You can't really crash and all that, but there you go. If you just crash into a cone, you get a 2-second penalty, which is very important in this sort of events. But this location, in terms of design, doesn't have something very special, but what it has special is pretty much craziness, just like the previous stage had. You have jumps, you go through buildings, you do circles, it's just an absolutely fully enjoyable mode in my opinion, and this is the perfect way in my opinion to close this video off. We've covered up everything that this game offers. We've covered up rallying. Absolutely love the stage design. The physics might need a bit of time to get used to, and I'm recommending you to not go straight into the fast cars like the Group B cars. Go start off with the 70s cars and just progress through it once you learn the handling model. The kit cars are a good entrance level and you can have loads of fun. Then we moved into V-Rallycross, which is my least favorite mode on this game. Try it if you like it, but it's more fun with friends. Like, V-Rallycross is the mode where you can have fun with your friends. Then you've got hill climb, my favorite mode of this game. Like, absolutely love it. Best hill climb mode that I have on any game. Absolutely love it. Try it, and I suggest you also buying the DLC for that mode. Then you got buggy racing, which I underestimated all this time, and I absolutely had a lot of fun doing the buggy races. And there you go, the extreme Khana events, which I've just showcased, and they're just awesome. Just try them out. There's literally like the Gymkhana events, but an upgraded version of the Gymkhana events. As for the DLCs though, would I buy this game full price, 59 euros? Absolutely not. And I understand that, I fully understand that. I would never buy this game for 59 euros, but currently as we're talking, and on every single sale, it's actually like 75% off, 65% off, and you can get even the deluxe edition. In my opinion, what I'm suggesting you to do is buy this game on sales. If you're a huge arcade rally game fan, if you like arcade rally games, don't buy Dead 5 in my opinion. Like, buy this game, it's so much fun, it's cheaper, it has a wider selection of cars, and it just offers you everything that you need in an arcade rally game. Dead 5 doesn't have rally, that's why I do not suggest you. Like, if you want the full package of an arcade rally racer, then this is it. You've got 4 categories. You've got rally, baggy, extreme Khana events, and then V-Rallycross, which you don't have on Dead 5. Dead 5 is just races pretty much. So 100% suggest this game on sale, and you can also buy the 4 separate car DLCs. As for the video, that was it for today, guys. If you enjoyed, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, make sure you follow me on Twitter, and join my Discord server. And until the next video, guys, I'll see you later. Goodbye.